Garden of Whedon. I'm the pot fairy. Plant royalty. First sprout, hand-picked bud from the sacred cannabis hemp plant. I've been around since the beginning of time, ever since Mother Nature dropped her sweet cannabis nectar on Father, creator of the universe. With parents like these, it's no surprise I was blessed with thousands of miraculous applications. How could it be any other way? I take after my mother, excelling at everything, quintessentially in sync. Put me anywhere, and I will grow. And like my father, I'm a people pleaser with a compassionate heart of gold, a real daddy's girl. He gave me sun and soil and water. And now he's giving me a sister named Eve. She's due here any minute, out of this world.
Hey, sister, what's all this I hear about Father giving you the world and all I got was Adam?
Just relax, sis. You're probably just exhausted from that earthbound trip here.
How can I relax? Adam already left me zigzagging across the forest to hunt and gather. What good is such a workhorse anyway?
Trust that everything coming from our Father is good.
Like me. Like you. And this beautiful garden. Actually, your outfit is starting to grow on me. Homegrown?
But of course, that's my nature. I don't want to brag, but I'm the #1 annually renewable, fully sustainable, no pesticide requiring plant with more overall uses than any other.
Like what?
Well, my stalks make fuel, my inner core makes paper, my fibers make clothing, and my foliage, oh, don't even get me started. I could go on and on and on.
Did you say clothing? Have anything in my size?
Not only in your size, but lightweight. Absorbent, naturally resistant to UV rays, and much more durable than cotton.
Oh, thank you.
Don't panic. It's just my crazy sticky THC resin.
THC? What does that stand for?
The happy camper. I'm always happy. Speaking of which, would you like to enlighten up? Assume the position. Beloved Mother, Father, please grant me the strength of spirit to continue my quest to unite us all in the sacrament of holy weed. Are you with me, sis? Cheers. No, light one end and puff the other. Feel relaxed and energized?
Glory be.
Have clarity of mind?
Hallelujah.
How about vibrancy of vision?
Divine.
Oh, it's good to empty your mind.
It's good to lose your mind.
Find your mind.
Make up your mind.
Engage your mind.
Expand your mind.
Exchange your mind with mine.
Mind blowing.
Mind bending.
Mind mending.
Mind life-altering.
We love weed! Oh, yikes. That was wild. I can't wait to tell Adam. He'll go ape shit. Gee. Well, I'm feeling kind of hungry.
That's the munchies. We can eat, but it might crush the buzz.
Buzz schmuzz. I am starving.
You can have the apple, or you can try one of these. Balanced in all 10 essential amino acids, cholesterol lowering, high in unsaturated fat, and an excellent source of omega-3 and protein.
Yummy.
Wash it down with hemp milk. Full of calcium, vitamin D, potassium, and great for your skin.
Far out.
But wait, there's more. These are the very seeds that one day will save the world, industrial and agricultural, medicinal and recreational.
Save the world?
To propagate the garden of humankind.
I'm already forgetting. That is so much to remember.
Just remember to smoke before you and Adam. Heads up, I intensify all the senses.
Are you sure you told me everything?
Higher self.
Huh? Could you repeat that? You didn't mention that before.
I really have to leave now. I have 3,000 years of growing fun ahead of me.
But what about tomorrow?
I'm all about the moment.
Hi. Yourself. I'm gonna have fun proliferating for the next 3,000 years. My family will be huge by then. I forgot about Adam. Adam!
3,000 years ago, this very night.
I love my perfect children and never smoked pot in front of them since they were 4 and asked me on the way to Grandma's.
That smells like barbecue.
I hid my pot, pretended to agree with dare counselors, and counted the days until my kids would leave for college. When they finally did leave, it was an exhilarating experience, blowing telltale smoke everywhere in the house, starting with the living room. Only then did I uncover my stash, pile roaches in the ashtray, and burn tiny holes in the furniture I used to so rigidly protect. The decision to not be the perfect children's role model and let someone else teach them how to roll was based primarily on fear of who they might tattle to and what they might demand in exchange for keeping Mommy's secret. Blackmailing aside, I also figured by concealing my passion for pot early on, I'd avoid finger pointing down the road in case the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Don't look at me. When they were in elementary school, my favorite smoking place was the swing set in our backyard. Near enough to see and hear what was happening inside, yet far enough away to remain undetected. Camouflaged behind a clothesline and a rose bush, I could hang up a few towels to fill in where nature left off. After routine, soccer practice, grocery shopping, dinner cooking, dishwashing, homework helping, and sack lunch preparing, joint toking became a reward for a job well done. My cue was The Simpsons theme music. in my bathrobe. Joint, lighter, roach clip in one pocket. Mints, cologne, Visine in the other. And I relax in peace. Except for once, October 18th, 1988, when right in the midst of swinging, I eyeballed my son as he bolted from his permanent residence in front of the television and ran into the kitchen. I couldn't make out what he was saying. As I nervously inched closer for a better view, he ran into the bedroom, then the bathroom.
Mom? Mom!
My imagination began to expand faster than my perception of reality. I was about to get busted. Barefoot, dressed for bed, and smelling like barbecue, I hastily assessed my options, overlooking the obvious mints, cologne, Visine. Just as he pushed through the back door, well, I slipped through the side exit by the garbage cans and crouched in the oily driveway, immobilized with paranoia.
Mom! Mom! Mom!
Just then, I spotted my Toke buddy, Dahlia, next door, and I needed an escape plan. Dahlia!
What the fuck are you doing? Didn't your bum-ass husband buy you a dryer yet?
I don't want a dryer. The clothesline is my cover. But Dahlia, I'm caught. You've got to help me.
All right. I was on my way back from a Shoppers Anonymous meeting when I saw you getting something out of your car, so I stopped. And I didn't want anybody to see me because I was crying. So that's why we got in your car, and then we parked on a side street. Now, I'm still crying, but you want to make sure everything's fine at home. Does that work?
It did. Scared straight, I tiptoed in through the back door and snuck a peek at my son, comfortably nestled on the couch, glued to the World Series.
Lytle has just struck out Pepe Manuel. The pitch to Lytle. Got him.
Mom! Coach called. My shin guards need to be washed for the championship game. By tomorrow, or I'll have to run extra laps.
I was never so thrilled to do the laundry in all my life.
That's my girl.
I've loved pot ever since I first met Woody in high school. My name is Weedy, and this is my story.
On with the show. Let's go.
Woody was the most handsome man I'd ever seen. Not a boy like the other guys at school. He rode motorcycles and bet on horses when he wasn't in jail for unpaid tickets. He was fearless in everything I wasn't supposed to be.
Hey, kitty cat. You want to take a toke?
A what?
A joint. Pot. Weed, you know.
I don't know.
Never tried it? Come on.
I can't.
Of course you can. I know you like it.
How do you know?
Just trust me.
Trust you? I'm afraid to.
Trust me.
Fabulous. Fantabulous. Phantasmagoric.
You're damn right.
I thought everything's better when smoking pot.
Come on, Weedy.
Where are we going? I'm starved, but I don't have any cash, Cupcake.
No cash? No problem, Mamacita. Dine and dash, baby. Dine and dash.
I was propelled by an intense adrenaline rush.
Come on, Weedy. Faster. Here come the fuzz.
Raise my consciousness.
How about going all the way in the lifeguard station, Weedy?
Spread my wings rang all my bells.
I just can't get enough of you.
I've never been so happy.
Let's stay like this, bro.
We have to, because I can't move.
Weedy, don't forget your cap and gown fitting after school today. Weedy, don't forget to call the admissions department at the university. Weedy!
I have to go now, my mother.
Weedy, where are you?
But I don't want to leave you now or ever.
Don't worry.
I've never felt this close to anyone before.
Because no one's ever loved you like I do. It's just you and me against the world, baby.
Whatever you say.
Our hearts merged, our bodies intertwined. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't alone anymore. But life was determined to pull us in opposite directions. Weedy's mom went into overdrive. Her baby had to go to college. I was consumed with a sense of doom, refusing to confront such an obstruction to our world. As I watched her pack her bags, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I had to find a calling, a purpose, so I wouldn't just follow her around like some sort of lost puppy, but still maintain my role as her knight in shining armor. Finally, I found it. With calculated secrecy, lest my vulnerability be laid out on a tray for everyone to pick from, I decided to volunteer for the unknown and keep my baby happy by sending her lots and lots of Thai stick. I heard it's dynamite.
I believe I may be floating, I may be just a little loaded.
My first semester at college was supposed to be the time of my life. But I was devastated. Woody had left to fight a war in Vietnam. My heart was sick, and then my stomach too. So sick that my mother sent me to doctor after doctor to see what was wrong. Was it dorm food? Mono? Influenza?
Pregnant?
Oh, God, no. Come to think of it, I haven't had a period since Memorial Day. I'm gaining weight, feel nauseous, and my boobs hurt. I'm 4 months pregnant. Luckily, Woody's mother had dealings with the underground and was able to find a butcher to perform an expensive, illegal abortion on his kitchen table. Can you at least give me something for the pain?
It's 1968, and I'm living my college dream. Only thing is, my boyfriend's gone. I just had an abortion, and I'm all alone. Thoughts of Woody consume me. I had to find something to fill up my time, so I decided to join a sorority.
Looks like we're gonna have to fight to pledge you.
Fight?
You listed your mother's maiden name as Goldberg?
Yes, Goldberg. But I went to a church school, sang in their choir, and climbed Jacob's ladder. Christmas and Easter are my favorite holidays.
Well, even with your impressive trust fund, your superior GPA, and your perfect rush wardrobe, it's going to be quite the challenge.
But I love Jesus.
I understand. You know what? Just because I like you, we're going to erase all these little red marks and just make a couple changes. That should do it.
Kappa Delta Theta! Woo! Once accepted, I was too preoccupied worrying about Woody to waste time learning. I just didn't want to squander any of my original thoughts on anything but Woody.
Dear sweet Woody, today is Tuesday. I'm feeling better since that horrible abortion. Smoking the little pot I had hidden away helped relieve my cramps. I really try not to think about it. I finally got pledged. Living at the sorority house isn't so bad other than the fact that you aren't with me. I'm so lost without you.
I can't believe all that you've been through. I feel so lost out here, in a whole different world, stripped of my identity and forced into an odd unity with strangers.
The weather here has been nice. Warm in the 70s, the usual California fall. No rain, but we sure could use some.
It's been raining here for days. You can probably tell from the water stains on my letters. The mosquitoes are eating us alive.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
Oh,
I love you.
P.S. Keep your eyes peeled for an extra large duffel bag filled with extremely happy weed from Southeast Asia.
I thought everything's better when smoking pot.
Quick, come down to the garden. We have something to show you.
Happy weed?
Maui Wowie.
Someday I'll say all the things I hid away from you. We all live in the same kind of world. What kind of
Should have been there. Lost. I was terrified of the rain because I couldn't hear footsteps. Every twig that broke was a sneak attack. My nerves turned to mush. I couldn't tell which way was up, and I became a danger to myself. 5 weeks later, I rotated home to Weedy.
I couldn't wait to get a real view of the guy and all those unbelievable war stories Weedy told us. Read about Vietnam, saw footage on the news, but nobody knew a real soldier on the front lines like her. You see, our undrafted boyfriends were richer, smarter, and luckier than that.
There's his taxi. He's pulling over. It's him. Woody. Kappa Delta Theta. Woo!
This was her knight in shining armor.
So I rolled up my sleeves instead of that joint I had been waiting for, and vowed to do everything in my power to nurse Woody back to health, starting with a small, quiet place to live near the sorority house where I could come in between classes.
Baby, you're shaking. How about a warm bath? Soothing music? A back rub? Ah! You're screaming in your sleep. You're so lifeless. You've got to eat. There must be something that sounds good. How about onion rings? You used to love onion rings with a side of blue. Remember? Woody! I thought.
We never talked about the war, not once. If he did take the life of another human being, I didn't want to know. I only wanted to know what else I could do to stop the crying and help him laugh again. If only his flashbacks would go away. Repetition replaced adventure, detachment replaced intimacy, and Woody replaced the pot that used to make us giggle with lots and lots of booze. While I checked the mail daily, hoping his very large duffel bag might still arrive. Weeks, months, and more than a year passed without any improvement.
Suddenly, without warning, unsolicited thoughts began to surface in my head. I didn't know where they were coming from. The source was too deep to identify. I tried to push them aside, ignore them, deny them, but they grew louder and louder. I'm not his baby. He's my baby, and I'm sick and tired of babysitting. Enough is enough already. I'm only 21. It's either him or me. How can I be so cold? It's not his fault. No sex, no fun, no future, no pot, no things. He's defenseless. I can't just leave him. But what am I going to do? He'll die without me.
Yes!
Now he's getting me to cry. God help me, I'm not supposed to cry. That's it, I'm done. I need to do something. Get away, just jump into a burning fire, something, anything. I can't let myself be so sad. I need an escape route.
Congratulations, sweetie. Your graduation present is a trip to Europe in all the best hotels with matching tapestry luggage from Bullock's Wilshire.
I know my leaving will kill you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to do. Woody! I didn't know if I'd be able to live with the guilt of killing him, but I knew I had to go. So I walked out the door like I was going to the market for another box of Kleenex.
Weedy? Weedy?
Weedy, Weedy.
I arrived in Nuremberg, Germany, after my layover in Amsterdam, where I met a boy named Wolf. Away from my mother's watchful eye, I ditched my luggage, along with the hotel accommodations, and joined my new best friend on his commune way out in the country.
Revolution now!
Hi!
Deedee, you made it! Everyone, this is Deedee, my American friend.
Hello, baby.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to our meal house. These are the bedrooms we share, along with the clothes, housework, money, and relationships.
The rent is cheap.
Which we make through insurance scams and social security fraud.
Targeting capitalist pigs.
Oh, the tub is a new addition, but it takes us so long to get water from the well, chop the firewood, and heat the kettles. We only bathe once a week.
3 at a time! How was the outhouse?
Oh, watch out for splinters.
And this is the comfy room where we analyze class struggle, exploitation, and the bottom line hub.
We have an English copy of Das Kapital if you're interested.
Oh, unless you prefer Das Manifesto.
Or the anarchistische Puppe.
I could only keep this cult of intellectual leftists from detecting that bullshit filled my head instead of Bolshevism. I could borrow their life and forget about mine. Adapting to anyone's doctrine was easier than going back to the continent I just abandoned. The challenge was to find a way to make them love me, so instantly and intensely, they'd invite me to stay forever. Well, starting now. Marx may have been red, but Deedee's psychedelic.
Wunderbar!
Ooh la la!
Let us vote!
Einstein dead! Deedee stays!
In my first year, to keep from relating to who I used to be, I cooked, cleaned, made tea, and scored hash for the revolutionary event planners while they strategized about a demonstration we were hosting for a woman unfairly imprisoned.
We must let the truth be known!
Publicize the facts.
Get the word out! Spread the news!
Make waves.
Stir the pot! Freedom now!
We were to attend the Sunday morning service at a historic cathedral where the sermon would be nationally transmitted over the radio. At a rehearsed cue, we'd march down the aisles, dressed in black, interrupt the priest, and shower the pews with matchbooks, shouting,
Release Gertrude von Beckenbauer!
"A burning hell!" we'd scramble to getaway vehicles and go have bratwurst with beer.
We must prepare flyers, signs, pickets, and banners.
We must construct masks and test zibble horns.
We must memorize the numbers to our lawyers.
No detail was forgotten due to the outstanding leadership of Heinz, the boy I was sleeping with at the time. Not to be confused with the boy from my next illegal abortion, or Wolf, who wasn't into sharing anymore. Scheisse! I forgot to call my mother back. I know. Love you, Mom. Bye. The morning of the event, leftists flocked in from West Berlin to meet at our mill house, where we were to begin caravanning. There was a buzz and chill in the air as cars were being readied. Their job was to save the world from capitalism. But mine was to make it fun. So I brewed the tea with hash and didn't tell anyone.
Watches synchronized!
Jawohl!
Motors running!
Jawohl!
Ready to depart!
Jawohl! He's poisoned!
I'm being sabotaged!
An attack! No! It's just the tea kicking in. Tell him to relax. There's a small percentage of beginners who have a negative reaction. It happens. You're all lightweights. Consequently, the toasted Red Army got to the cathedral late and missed the broadcast. Except for the bratwurst with beer part. By my second, third, and fourth year on the commune, I worked with rebels, refugees, dodgers on the lam, and had sex with all of them in hopes that another interchangeable relationship might make me feel better. But by my sixth year, there were no more helter-skelter diversions to mask my hellish guilt and shame. The unbearable pain of killing Woody resurfaced stronger than ever, and I had to get away. But what could I say to my surrogate family members? That I didn't love them enough to stay? I promised we'd spend the rest of our lives together, busting the system and sticking it to the man. But I needed another escape route. Any route that would keep me from going back home.
Deedee!
I was traveling down the road of the little world I'm in.
Hello? Want to smoke some fresh Afghani?
I hit the road to Afghanistan with a sigh of relief. Thank you.
A pleasure. The name's Nigel. What's yours?
Weedy.
Weedy? Oh, all right. Well, sit back in my luxury accommodations. We've got a ways to go.
Передачі у передачі
Austria, Iran, it all passed you by. It's all right. There's many more sights to see. Oh, I've got to see a mate about some hash. I'll be back in a bit, all right?
Okay, Nigel. Bye. That's when I first spotted her. She was an amazing whirlwind of energy. I was thrilled when I spotted her again at the Central Shopping Bazaar in Herat. Her lens focused on a gypsy dress dyed pomegranate red, covered with arabesque embroidery, silver braids, and tiny colored beads. The beauty of it all, including her, touched me in a place deep inside.
All right, love. It's off to Cannabis. Let's hash.
Bye. I've got to call my mother back. Hi, Mom. It's me.
Are you okay?
I was more than thrilled when our paths intersected again at the next campground. We waited together for the squat toilets to be cleaned, avoiding the other guests who had turned yellow. Photos.
National Geographica.
Wow, an expert. Your eye for beauty is divine. Can you teach me?
Little English. Portuguese y Francais.
No problemo. Peace pipe o?
Oh, sig. Biga, circle, open window, no afraid.
I don't understand.
You want we travel together?
And so we did.
Oh, all right then, love. Well, have fun. I guess I'm off to Kabul to grab some hash anyway.
Okay, Nigel. Bye. He went one way and I went the other with my magical photographer. We started out in Bandi Amir. We woke up the next morning and went horseback riding. After eating the same breakfast and washing from the same bucket. Under a stunning pastel sky, she clicked away at the lakes we encountered. The colors ranged from light blue to violet to the dark of lapis lazuli. I could sense how much this shoot meant to her by the way she cleaned her wide angle ecstatically and checked her f-stop euphorically. She was on cloud 9, but I was right behind her on cloud 8.
Spectacular. A Buddha statue in Muslim country.
So importante as freedom of religious expression.
A Buddha here in a Muslim country. Ooh-pa.
Her subject of honor was a gigantic dirty Buddha cut into the side of a mountain with part of its face missing. She documented the statue with overwhelming fervor. Though it didn't look like any wellspring of inspiration to me, I hoped her Buddha and lakes would make a splash in the next issue of Geographica.
Beautiful.
Shit. I could feel her looking right through me with her x-ray vision, and it scared me to death. The closer she got, the worse I felt. Her 35mm was about to pierce my protective shield, past my superficial layer of beauty and travel deep towards my massive layer of guilt and shame. This wasn't supposed to happen in my carefully calculated plan, and if I didn't stop her immediately, she was bound to see that I was a murderer. Bigger circle?
See?
Open window.
See?
Me, open window in your biggest circle?
See?
See? Instead of plan B, I manifested plan C, L-I-T. Although I didn't know where it was, I knew what it was, a way out. So I headed in, with heart and legs open. She reached Nirvana. Despite my my inexperienced fumbling and lack of technique. When results were tabulated, she thought we were soulmates and wanted us to live together forever.
Mi amor, eterno.
What was I supposed to say to her? Sorry, you were an experiment and I was faking it.
Tower of Destruction. Death. Caveman.
These cards were an omen to go home. But I needed another escape route and had already exhausted all my identity resources. What else could possibly be left?
Ha ha hee, ha ha ho. You love me, but I gotta go. Ha ha hee, ha ha ho. You love me, but I gotta go.
Well, here I was, back home in Los Angeles and turning 30. I borrowed some clothes from my mother and accepted an invitation from my sorority sister, the one who had dated Arnie, to mark the occasion at a singles bar, which seemed like as good as a place as any to meet a potential husband. Well, since I hadn't quite come up with a new plan yet, I figured having kids might give me something to do in the meantime. Although, on second thought, babies meant responsibility, and then of course there was the involvement of a man. I hadn't wanted to meet anybody since I returned.
Hi, I'm Jewish, an elementary school teacher, firstborn in a large family.
Interesting.
I've had a lot of experience diapering, eating bottles, and potty training.
Really?
I also babysat exclusively for youngsters with diarrhea, fever, and vomiting.
You don't say.
I'm proficient in CPR, first aid, and the Heimlich maneuver.
Wow.
I like your style. Can I get you a wine cooler?
I'll take a Shirley Temple.
Temple. Did you say temple? Reform temple?
My mother's maiden name is Goldberg.
You're too good to be true. Would you marry me? I promise to raise the perfect children if you just say I do. All I want is gefilte fish conditions and rugula served at the bar mitzvah. What did you say?
I said, do you smoke pot?
Yes, religiously. My name's Bud. What does that tell you? I trained dogs in the army to sniff out dope. Once, I found a gigantic duffel bag full of Vietnamese weed at an unclaimed mail office. I must have supplied half of San Francisco during the war. No, I take that back. All of San Francisco.
Gigantic duffel bag.
Yes.
Unclaimed mail office.
You got it.
Do you have any of it left?
I do.
Then I do.
Mazel tov.
Mazel toke? I created a new me. Mommy and me activities soon filled the mornings. In the afternoon, it was off to the market with Daddy. He picked items off the shelf to match the coupons while I watched him. Things were just fine until we reached the aisle where I unknowingly grabbed a forbidden item.
What are you doing? There's nothing to hate more than mayonnaise except hairy armpits, adultery, and the mention of Jesus.
But I love mayonnaise.
I'm not saying you can't buy that jar of mayonnaise. Just don't ever let me catch you putting it on our perfect children's sandwiches. You know it's not Jewish to mix dairy with meat.
But mayonnaise is made from oil and eggs. There's nothing dairy about it. Besides,
splash it with borscht, or mayonnaise with anything but tuna. And then, only enough to spread it. Do you hear me? Use mustard to wet the bread, and only use rye bread. It's essential to the tuna sandwich, along with a little onions, some chopped celery, and a dash of capers. It's a pungent taste, but very nice. And never let that mayonnaise sit out in the sun or daylight. It can go bad very quickly and ruin our perfect children's digestive tracts. I tell you these things over and over. You never seem to listen. In fact, why don't you write some of these things down if you can't keep it in that pea brain of yours? And while we're on the subject, why did you pick a commune in Nuremberg? I thought you told me you were Jewish. Are you duping me, Weedy? Weedy? Weedy, where'd you go? You know I love you with all my heart. All I want is for you to love me back. Is that such a crime? Weedy! Weedy!
I knew he loved me. That's why I couldn't bear to share the news with him regarding the allergy I had developed over the last 13 years of our marriage. When symptoms persisted, long after his athlete's foot cleared, it became evident the fungus spray was not the source of my problem. It was his relentless intimidation. But he was just being himself. It wasn't his fault that I reacted with anxiety, constant fatigue, and diminished sex drive. I didn't deserve any better. After all, I was the one who left someone I loved to die. Getting out of bed as my son's bar mitzvah approached got more difficult with each day. Bud had sent the invitations, found the caterers, hired the disc jockey, and tutored the perfect children in their Aliyah, Haftarah, and Shema. All I had to do was light the candles, but first I had to get out of bed. Bud, can you help me?
What's that under your arm?
What?
I think I'm gonna fucking puke. When was the last time you fucking shaved? You know this is the most important day of my life. Now get the fucking razor while I start the fucking car, cause we're late for the fuck you fucking rabbi.
Profanity was never allowed in our house. Imagine my surprise to hear Bud use the F word. Cursing always resulted in having to eat soap. Foul language meant grounded for the weekend. I made it through the bar mitzvah with the help of Dahlia and a toke out back with the busboy. And then it came to me. A new and different escape route. What if I pushed the right buttons and let repulsion set in? Maybe then his love would turn to hate and I would finally be released. Aha, no, I think I've got it.
Weedy, we're out of capers!
All right, I'll go to the market for your capers and maybe come up with a few of my own.
What did you say?
Nothing!
Would you like to experience
A unique opportunity
to explore anal
and G-spot massage.
with multiple partners?
We'd like to invite you to our
Hands-on workshop
sponsored by the Polyamorous Organization.
for responsible non-monogamists.
It's at my place, Sunnyside Close.
Bud had agreed to participate, as I knew he would, because he never let me enjoy an evening without him, ever.
I'm Bud.
I'm happy.
I'm horny.
I'm interested.
If you're looking to experience recreational sex with complete strangers, you've come to the right place. Let me tell you about the free-spirited nymphomaniacs you'll find frolicking around here. On the first floor, we have...
Wait, one moment, please. I don't want to miss a word. Weedy! What the hell are you doing?
Just looking at...
This pen is black, and you know I only use black ink with my other notebook. That would get everything mixed up. Get your clothes back on, we're out of here. And, find out when the next meeting is. I want to join.
Would you take my husband home with you?
No, thank you. I'm happily married.
Would you? ladies.
She's my type, not him.
I wasn't giving up. I dropped off the perfect children at school and went to get the station wagon tuned up at the dealership. Having several hours to kill, I walked around the showroom, where I was approached by a tall, dark, handsome salesman.
Wanna buy a car, lady?
Actually, I'm in the market for an extramarital affair. Can you help?
Well, today's your lucky day. I got a big deal for you.
Today is past, and tomorrow is far away. But right here, right now, there are no problems.
Hi, Bud. You need to sit down. I have to tell you something.
I don't need to sit. Just tell me.
Okay. I committed adultery with a man so charming, I didn't bother using a condom. He thinks I'm pretty.
What the fuck did you just say? Are you on the rag?
I stopped by the Christian gift mart on the way home to celebrate the consummation. Look, Jesus sweatshirts. It's a flattering picture of him, don't you think? And guess what was on sale? Jesus backpacks. Yes, and this is my favorite. Jesus dinner plates for when we set the Seder table at Passover.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wheaties, please forgive me. I don't know what came over me. I can't believe I just did that. It'll never happen again, I promise. Please, I'll learn to count to 10 before the rage. I'll go back to anger management classes. You gotta give me another chance. I'll make it up to you. I'll babysit and send you to Amsterdam for the Cannabis Cup. I heard they got Thai stick as big as your thigh.
As big as my thigh.
Bigger, Wheatie, please.
Sorry, Bud. That's what you get for mixing black with blue and yelling about mayonnaise.
All right, fine. As for the perfect children I raised for you, they'll stay with me for the Shabbat and all the other Jewish holidays. They can be with you for Dreadlock Day, Lakshmi and Vishnu's anniversary, or Zen Haiku Week, depending on which religion you choose next. If you observe, Christmas and Hanukkah falls on the 25th. They're yours since they'll be with me for the other 7. And I'll take the house.
And I'll take the duffel bag!
'Cause I can't do what I can't do, what I can't do is what I can't do. And I'm starting to...
I met my girlfriend, Dahlia, at a Tupperware party when the perfect children were still babies. Through her example, I learned the benefit of storing pot in airtight containers. Lately, with Bud gone, she's been stopping by more often to bring me her hand-me-downs and chat about the latest career move. But mostly, we are longtime smoking buddies, and we both love pot.
I knew that asshole husband of yours was just joking about taking the house. He was just pissed you blew the whistle, and not him.
You're a riot and a half.
No, it's not funny, though. Ken's alarm going off at 6 a.m., but I've just gone to bed.
Where'd you score this pot?
You know what? I'm also sick of his holier-than-thou attitude. He's not my fucking father. I know my limits.
Well, maybe he's worried about you.
You know, I don't need a 12-step program for pot, and I don't need him.
What?
Weedy, I'm leaving Ken.
Whoa!
Already went down to the courthouse, filed the divorce papers, and the change of name. And, you know anyone who needs a slightly used wedding dress?
When I visited Dahlia's new bachelorette pad, I had to cover my ears when she began ranting about Ken because they were both good friends of mine. The only difference was my closets were already full, but my faucets were leaking badly. Ken happened to be a plumber, so I called him. Although emotionally devastated from his breakup, Ken didn't hesitate to replace my entire water service, extract swollen peels from the disposal trap, and install sprinklers for my mother. He was a mechanical genius, kind beyond belief.
Well done.
How much do I owe you?
Nothing.
Well, can I at least take you to dinner on a night you have an early rehab meeting?
Absolutely. Say, how'd you like to join me for a weekend at the hot springs?
I'm not sure. Dahlia, your ex-husband just invited me to a spa. Do you mind?
Hell no. You both need somebody to talk to. God knows he loves to talk. Have a good time.
So we drove up the coast in a clumsy silence until...
I learned from my uncle how a plumber takes crap and turns it into bread and butter.
Crap into bread and butter. That's funny.
I like mayonnaise on my ham sandwiches.
What a coincidence.
I believe in the Church of Saint Mattress.
Tell me more.
Had sex once hanging from a diving board.
How was it?
Better in the lifeguard station.
Lifeguard station.
You too?
Actually, yes. Sex used to be fun.
In your marriage?
No, that was grin and bear it.
No. Nothing you can do about it now except let it go.
Wish it were that easy.
It is.
What do you mean?
Gone.
Gone. Wait a minute, you're saying I can let go of everything just like that?
Just like that.
Wow, your instincts are so acute.
Not as, cute as yours.
You cheeseball. You make me feel like a teenager again. All the way to the hot springs, we were going on and on. But by the time we got to the motel, Bud and Dahlia were going, gone. I couldn't ignore the fact that after having diligently worked the 12 steps, he was a stellar example of the ideal gentleman with his act 110% together. He was for real. That's what attracted me to him. His ability to live life on life's terms and stay positive with a smile on his face, no matter what, one day at a time, with gratitude. How was your day, dear?
Not too bad. Tools got stolen out of the truck. Dropped my pager in a septic tank. Spasmed my back on a cast iron tub, but managed to make you a pipe out of spare parts.
Ken knew the way to my heart was through my lungs. It was a welcome challenge to receive the depth of Ken's unlimited giving as he slid his Popeye arms and handsome face downward along my body, leading me inward, taking me to places I never knew existed. Like magic, decades of sexual pain were gone, and new pleasures emerged beyond my wildest dreams. I kept waiting for Ken's dark side to emerge, for an uncontrollable bout of irrational anger to surprise me. But as our anniversary passed, he was unconditionally there for me, unfalteringly by my side, right or wrong. All he asked for in return was a commitment. That was simple. We were soulmates, and our love was forever. Swear to God. Peacefulness replaced insecurity. Confidence replaced low self-esteem. And a comfort zone prevailed from simply being silent. We began counting down time until my son's high school graduation, when Ken would move in, and we lived blissfully together as one, having lots and lots of sex. Here, take me. I'm yours. Endearingly, Ken would page me with thoughts about moving in soon. Like if his concrete breaking machine, tight access backhoe, and 30-foot fiberglass extension ladder, OSHA approved, would fit between my swing set and clothesline. Hardware never sounded so sexy. Hello?
Is this Sweetie?
Yeah.
It's Woody.
Woody.
Your old boyfriend from high school? You saved my life a long time ago.
Saved your life?
Your beautiful letters kept me alive.
I'm in shock. I can't believe it's you. What made you call? Why now?
Some 12-step bullshit and making amends.
Amends? And you're calling me? I was the one who left without a word. I didn't even know if you made it.
I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. I've got end-stage liver disease and carry typhoid and malaria. Throw in Hep C, hearing loss, and impotency. The doctors give me a year to live without a transplant. If I have to work another minimum wage job after a transplant, I'm not sure that I want one. Except my son needs me. I'm so tired, Weedy. Good news, though. You quit drinking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How did you find me?
Oh, I was cleaning out my desk and I found an old card that you sent my mom. It had your phone number in it. She always loved you. You were the one that got away. How are you?
Well, my daughter's a sophomore at San Francisco State and my son's graduating from high school.
Mine too.
How phantasmagoric.
Phantasmagoric? Are you still smoking?
You won't believe this. My husband found your very large duffel bag of pot at the unclaimed mail office. I mean, ex-husband. The address smeared in a monsoon, he imagined.
He never could have imagined Vietnam.
What a crying shame, Woody. You never recovered. Did you ever get compensated from the government for ruining your life?
I never asked what for. It's history.
Woody, it's not too late, but we need to ask immediately. I'm going to write a letter to the government making it clear that although the war's over, your battle continues, fighting for life on a daily basis, age beyond your years, all stemming from your job of serving this country. And for being such an outstanding server, you deserve a tip. Yes, at least 15%.
Weedy.
And I'll include your doctor's report and pictures of you at the prom and when you came home. Plus copies of your medals and badges and a map of the Central Highlands with Agent Orange exposed areas and contaminated rivers. We can do this together, Woody. You're not alone.
Weedy, I need to ask you something.
What is it?
That day, when you left, I understood why you did it, but did you stop loving me?
No, of course not. I never stopped loving you.
You'd have to have been inside me to realize how the intensity of my feelings never lessened even though we lost each other. For years, I moved around from place to place, leaving entire lives behind, hoping to find what I had with you.
Wait, somebody's here. I've got to go. I'll work on this and get back to you. How about we meet halfway somewhere between your place and mine? I'll have a surprise for you.
A wave of feelings hit me as I bathed in Weedy's conversation. I was amazed how her voice rested my heart as though she never left. I remembered the laughter and absolute honesty we shared as teenagers, time that can never be duplicated or even explained to anyone but ourselves. What luck to have found Weedy, the one person on earth I care so much about. I'm reminded that she's been my angel all along. In an instant, I wanted to live again.
Finally, the day of meeting Woody arrived. It was a powerful moment, shedding the guilt I had grown to wear like a second skin so abruptly. Consequently, I found it necessary to lie to Ken about where I was going on such a long night out with the girls. With MapQuest directions as my companion, I started south on the 405, brimming over with emotion. That is, until it started to rain on my parade. It never rains in L.A. My windshield wipers disintegrated, a fender bender was holding up traffic, road construction, closed lanes, and exits were blocked. Shit! The clock was ticking. My karma. I needed to exit immediately and find a place to call Woody. I drove randomly left and right, more lefts, more rights, and pulled into a gas station crying, "Woody, I guess our meeting was just not meant to be." "Oh yeah," he said. "Look behind you." And there was Woody in the car right behind me on the phone, waving. His huge smile was phantasmagoric.
Duffel bag.
You're a saint. Can't believe how just seeing you melts away the years.
Uh-huh.
Weedy, do you ever think about getting back together?
I thought.
I love you, baby, more than ever.
Well, I love you too. I always have, and I always will.
I
love, a love, a love, love.
To compensate for breathing something other than air into my lungs, I've grown to take precautions. No smoking more than one bowl a night, or before sunset, or with a sore throat, or while driving. But the day my son moved out and Ken moved in was an exception. I inhaled a bowl when I woke up, one after breakfast, and another while loading wax rings and ball cocks into his last box of material world before heading down the hill. Ken!
Uh-huh.
Remember Woody?
Nuh-uh.
You know, that old high school boyfriend who called me penniless and dying?
Not really.
I'm sure I mentioned him.
I don't think so.
Well, he loves me as much as you love me.
Huh?
And I love him as much as I love you.
Very funny.
He wants me to move in with him. I thought I could split my time 50-50.
I'm missing the joke.
Instead of a soul mate, I'll have soul twins.
What did you say?
You know how much I love you. I just love someone else equally.
Almost sounds serious.
I am. Of course, I'll only have sex with you.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're having second thoughts about us? That you're deciding between me and some old boyfriend?
No, of course not. Loving two people is a condition, not a decision.
I can't take this.
There's plenty of room in my heart for two. I thought with your spiritual awakening, you'd understand. And take what? I mean, you act like I sought Woody out. He emerged out of the blue and landed on my doorstep. Well, our doorstep. It's synchronicity, man, meant to be.
Stop!
Come to think of it, Woody taught me how to love so I can love you. And you might want to thank him for that when we all have dinner together. You can pick the restaurant.
You're killing me.
I've never seen this side of you before.
Don't leave me hanging in limbo. Who do you want? Him or me?
Both. Unless you're going to keep pressuring me like that, and then on second thought, I'll choose...
Over my dead body. Fuck you.
Ken? Traffic jammed up behind me, and I was forced to take the wheel of our oversized vehicle and drive down the hill, further away from Ken, in a direction I didn't want to go. It felt so wrong. I drove for miles, unable to make a U-turn, while frenzied thoughts raced through my mind. I was fucked up. Instincts were telling me that Ken's irrational behavior was directly related to something I had just said. Whatever it was, I'm sure I didn't mean it. At least I don't think I meant it. And if I did mean it, it was clearly not meant to be. Fuck! My heart pounded so loudly I couldn't even hear my inner voice. Only Ken's echoing over my dead body, over my dead body. When I was finally able to make a U-turn, an ambulance with its deafening sirens sped past me back up the hill, towards Ken. Oh God. Ken? Dead? Because of me? First Woody, now Ken? The dead silence that followed transported me into an unfamiliar realm of suspended time and space. Utterly disconnected, detached from the physical plane, reduced to an isolated conscience. A very, very bad conscience. Ken had given me everything. Freedom, support, a new self-image. He nurtured me, protected me, and loved me unconditionally. If I killed Ken, I'd have to kill myself. If I didn't kill myself, his sponsor would kill me. In a cold sweat, I approached the scene with no more breath left to hold, searching my front door for a body, a gurney. Ken!
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't run off like that. I just don't make more bullshit any longer. You okay?
I'm fine. You're alive, but I'm truly fine.
Did you make that U-turn back there? You were smoking me out in the truck. Babbling on about some old boyfriend. He got him stoned. My sponsor will kill me. And you know, you've been smoking an awful lot lately.
You're right. I'm quitting.
Hello?
Woody, I'm so sorry. I should have said something before. Told you I was with someone. I've been with someone all along.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out. I'm sick, but I'm not stupid.
Did you get the money?
No, I'm on a list.
Well...
But that pot you gave me really helped. I'm eating again. Do you have any more?
I wish I did. I'm out. Today, I smoked the last of the duffel bag. But why don't you ask your doctor for a prescription so you can get a card and go to one of those dispensaries? You shouldn't have a problem.
Oh, card thing. Bullshit. Stand in line, take a number. I got it, baby. I'm gone.
I believe in believing.
Well, my adjustment from getting high to not meant starting intimacy from scratch. But hooray for Ken. He brilliantly came up with the idea to transform the perfect children's bedroom into a passion pit. He brought in wall-to-wall mattresses, massage oils, sex swing, blindfolds, body paints, and fresh strawberries with whipped cream on top. Woo! What a time to quit smoking.
Bye, baby. Have a good day.
I'll try. But after Ken left for work, I had a hard time trading in my toking time for uninterrupted, repetitive, never-changing time. It was simply that the favorite part of my day was no longer any part of my day, and life seemed flat. Inner thoughts dulled along with creativity and spirituality. I needed support. At a beautiful church with ample parking, I was warmly welcomed by a group of non-judgmentals who sensitively understood the impact of my transition.
Do you feel out of joint?
Out of joints.
You need to keep busy.
You need a job.
A job? Like a job? What could I possibly do with a BA in English, general housewife experience, and decades of feeding the hungry?
Well, think about it.
When was the last time you had fun?
Without marijuana.
I can't remember back that far.
Come on, think back.
Well, I used to like musical chairs at birthday parties.
There you go.
Where am I going?
Start your own business.
Doing what?
Playing games.
At parties.
I just can't picture it, okay? Okay. I mean, Olay!
This is for Deedee. Shoot the moon, loop the loop, walk the dog, rock the baby, right pocket.
Whatever happened to interaction and spontaneity? They all came to Wheaties party, and you're invited. Guests are led through customized encounters based on a person's life, and by the end of the party, the honoree is touched. Ideal for cocktail parties, corporate events, grand openings, bridal showers, and 12-step meetings. Hey! 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 Hey!
Please, stop your attack on our patients' safe access to their medicine. Be supplied with AIDS hospice.
Medicine. Says who? Schedule 1 says felony. You're going to jail.
But we're in compliance with all state and local laws.
That's no defense against federal law.
But what about Prop 215? People voted. It passed.
Your landlord will be contacted, property forfeiture, or eviction.
What about me? My future? My family? Who was I hurting?
It is my job to protect the moral decline of society.
I need to call the president. Keep his character portraying medical marijuana. Somebody help me, please. Someone.
Jail for a plant. How can nature be against the law? No fucking way! Somebody has got to help her! Somebody has got to do something. Somebody! 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 Somebody.
Finally, I heard it. A soulful that guided me deep within, then deeper still, illuminating the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. And in this blissful moment of spiritual alignment, I sensed my inner voice was on the verge of breaking through.
Is me. Shit.
Sweetie?
Honey, I decided I'm going to throw free pot dispensary parties. City to city, state to state. Let the truth be known. Publicize the facts. Get the word out. Spread the news. Make waves. Until the dispensary owners are back living their lives again, dispensing medicine where they belong. Getting them released shouldn't take too long. But do you think I can do it?
Sweetie, if there's one thing that can free you up to be the powerhouse that you truly are, one thing you love above everything else, it's pot. Just accept it and own it. You're a sticky green force of nature. I'm with you all the way. I kind of read your mind and stopped and picked up some party favors for the road.
Free pot. Dispensaries. Dispensaries. Right on. Thank you. You are unbelievable. Olay. Marijuana revolution.
Here we come.
Ready to depart?
Who's running?
Watches synchronized.
I don't know where we're going, but we're making good time.
And here, might need this when you free those dispensaries.
Did you guys see what I just saw?
Yeah, free pot.
Now that's a party!
Free pot.
Let's go.
Save some for us!
Hey, go to Toke. Hey, go to Toke. Go to Toke. Here we are. We made it. And hail to the chief.
Weedy already called and he's sorry he couldn't make it. He was worried about too much pot paparazzi. I am so proud of you both. Just like kindergarten pot.
Mother, that's kindergarten cop.
Well, I let him know about the bumper crop of signatures you've collected for your crusade, and he said that marijuana is not a drug, it's a leaf.
Thank you all for coming. You may be surprised to see me, Weedy, up here. I'm still your friend, still your neighbor, the grandma next door. I've been afraid to share my true self, hiding behind the clothesline. And I am here to tell you that cannabis hemp is a sacred plant that is both a medicinal and industrial commodity. We are not criminals. There is no shame. Stand up for yourself. If you roll them, they will come. Is that a torch in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Baby, you're my choke of the town. Here, these new messages. They've been coming in all day. We'll be right back and grab some more petitions.
Oh, I feel like I've grown 3,000 years.
Hi, Deedee. It's Woody. I know you said not to call, but I just had to let you and your husband know that I got a new liver and 100% disability. It's just like you said. See it to be it. Thanks, Deedee.
Hi.
Hi yourself. You look amazing. I love your outfit.
Homegrown hemp couture.
You're a riot and a half. What organization are you with?
Have you ever heard of regulate cannabis like beer?
That's viable.
Here, this bud's for you.
The best part about not smoking is the starting up again part. Thank you.
I'm a real hemp honey. I'm the fun and the party. I'm a real hemp honey. I'm the life and the party. I'm the sis and sister. I'm the distant mister. I'm the hempin' hipster. I'm a real life hemp honey. I'm a hemp honey. I'm a hemp, 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 hemp. I'm a hemp little honey. I'm the funniest honey. I'm a hemp honey, hemp hiss, hemp honey. I'm a honey hemp hiss, Did you remember what I remembered? What you remembered, I remembered. Did you remember to remember what you remembered? Did we remember? I can't remember. I remember you remembering me, and I would like to think I remember you remembering me, but I can't remember. Do you remember? I remember, I can't remember. I remember you